Hello to everyone and welcome to this video. My name is Gloria Miñan and today I'm going to explain a lesson class with the topic the use of have to. So let's get started with this. Throughout this video I'm going to explain all the activities that I deal with the objective to improve English as foreign language to first baccalaureate students. So I'm going to start with objectives. During this lesson, students will be able to listening about plans for today and what needs to get done first. Talk about the things you need to do before you leave from school or work. A short handwriting note about chores and write a paragraph about your occupations. So, the methodology and strategies will be the following. Methodology: communicative language teaching and audiolingual method. Strategies: individual work and group work. Anticipatory setting: I will talk about the different chores or activities that I have to do before to leave from work. Here I'm going to talk about that I have to get up early, I have to make my breakfast, I have to take a shower, I have to brush my teeth, and finally I have to go to my home, to my work. So, and then the students will have to talk about the things that they have to do before and after school. For example, maybe the students for the school have to add the breakfast, for example, and after they have to do their homework or do another activity. Main teaching input. I will explain the use and grammar rules of have to for obligations with some examples. Remember that for I, you, we, and they, we use have to. However, for he, for she, and for it, we use has to, but only in positive or affirmative sentences, right? So, in the case of negative sentences or interrogative sentences, we use have to. In this case, we don't have to change have to from has to. For example, positive sentences. I have to finish my homework. She has to buy groceries. So here you can look that she we change to has to buy groceries. In negative, she doesn't have to buy candy. And questions. Here we can use the auxiliary do or does, and also we can use WH questions. Remember the WH questions. Why, where, what, whom, which, etc. For example, what do you have to do? The answer, I have to clean the house. Let's continue. Sentences on the board and students will have to complete with the have to for each sentence. I will check if students understand the activity and support them if it's necessary. For example, here we have two sentences. The first, Maria, finish her homework before she can watch TV. In this case, Maria, we have to use has to. Maria has to finish her homework before she can watch TV. And the second sentence is, they, buy food for tonight's dinner. In this case will be, they have to buy food for tonight's dinner, right? So in the case, if the answer is negative, could be Maria doesn't have to finish her homework before she can watch TV. And in this sentence will be, they do not have to buy food for tonight's dinner, right? So let's continue. Wider practice. Students will have to work in a worksheet in which they will have to choose the word to complete the sentences. So here we have the worksheet, and the students will have to complete as appropriate. For example, in the first sentence, do we have to buy ... for dinner? Do we have to buy plants for dinner? Do we have to buy bills for dinner? Do we have to buy groceries for dinner? Or do we have to buy receipts for dinner? Here, the students will have to analyze all the options and choose the correct. In this case, the correct answer is letter C, groceries. Do we have to buy groceries for dinner? So in this activity, it's important the student first think about if the sentence is positive, if the sentence is negative, if we are using the auxiliary do or does, or if we are using WH question. So this way they can do this activity successfully. Let's continue. Independent practice. In pairs, students will have to talk about the kinds of chores that they have to do every day and tell me about their daily routines and obligations and the thing you have to do first. For this activity, each part or each couple will have 2 minutes. So in this activity, the students will have the opportunity to improve the pronunciation and speaking, in which they will speak about the things, their outings. Next, assessment. Students will have to write 5 sentences with have to and has to. Then practice saying aloud. So here it's important, remember the use of have to and when we have to change have to has to. Right. Finally, closing review and follow up. I will ask if some student has any question. Maybe something isn't clear, so I can repeat the class briefly. For homework, students will have to answer the following question. Do you have long days of work and obligations? Write about the things you have to do in the evening before going to. So, in this way, I'm in with the lesson plan. I hope like you. That's all. Thank you so much.